Alright, everybody. Here we are once again with Blacksad Under the Skin. Today on Blacksad Under the Skin, our thrilling adventure continues. Trying to figure out who killed Joe and who is trying to frame people. Today, hopefully, we'll find out. Here on Blacksad Under the Skin.
Good afternoon, Mr. Farnham.
What's going on?
Allow me to introduce myself. Room service. I've brought the bottles you ordered.
I didn't order me no drinks, and you're not wearing the hotel uniform. Move on, you drunk.
Good afternoon, Mr. Farnham.
What's going on?
Allow me to introduce myself. John Blackmore. I work for Frank Cassidy. He asked me to bring you these bottles so you could choose which one you prefer for the game.
Oh, sure. I was fixing to leave, but I guess them monuments ain't going anywhere. Well, come on in then.
Getting in Farnham's room was easy. Earning his trust was another story. But I always have an ace up my sleeve.
Blackmore? You okay, partner?
The best way to earn someone's trust is to make them believe they've earned yours. And sometimes, the best way to fake it is to tell the truth. I don't know where to begin. The world is falling to pieces, and so am I. Everywhere I look, I see corruption, lies, and filth. New York is nothing but a landfill.
You Yankees can't get worked up. Down in Texas, we got them damn Catholics from Mexico. But sure as hell, there's a way to deal with it all.
One of the tricks of this trade is to be wary of the biases we all have. They cloud our judgment and blur the person in front of us, painting them with the shades of our preconceived notions of who they should be. But every once in a while, you run into someone so locked in personality that they can only be regarded as a stereotype. Farnham was a disgrace, not only to himself, but to Texas and the entire human race. To think I had to impersonate him. I wish I was like you. You seem so content, so free of burdens.
Stop right there, partner. You think this old dog don't have ticks? Let me tell you something about my first wife. Woo-wee!
Once I had gained Farnham's trust, the hard part was deciding what I needed to know to become him and not get myself killed.
What can I do for you, sir?
Howdy. My name's Howard M. Farnham II.
Okay. Should I know you? What can I do for you, sir?
Farnham was one hell of a drinker. I had to get the information out of him before he drank himself unconscious. Otherwise, I'd have to find that information myself. Ding Dong? Interesting name for a town.
Yes, I got a Vietnamese saved last time.
Oh, please, come in. Of course, I remember you. Take a seat. I'm sure you'll understand we can't be too careful. Our host has many enemies, and someone has to keep them at bay.
Sure, I get it.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, please answer my question. How much does it cost to get yourself a clean Vietnamese shave?
And then, sure enough, Booth put the nail on the coffin of my first marriage. You know, the wife that caught me cheating with the maid. My second marriage, too. You know what I did to her daddy? Same old with several mistresses. So I decided to stick to my guns and only deal with hookers. Even if I did end up marrying some.
I feel you, Mr. Farnham. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm Cassidy's slave. He lent me the money for a game deposit, and I lost it all. Now I have to work off my debt.
Oh, Cassie's not your problem, son. It's poverty. Sure enough, I had to pay my own deposit this morning to y'all, and that was just petty cash to me.
Petty cash, to be honest.
I asked you how much.
Of course, they gave me my receipts. What do you think I am, boy? Wait, I'll show you. I got it somewhere. Just a sec. I'll get it. I just put it over. I think I'll be right back.
I'm gonna fucking die.
Not even a Bible. At least it's comforting to know that when Farnham drinks too much, his female companions have less of a hard time.
I told you, nothing more than petty cash. Never given a second thought to them small numbers.
And you never will.
Petty cash, to be honest.
I asked you how much.
Of course, they gave me my receipt. These things I am, boy. Wait, I'll show you. I gotta get somewhere. Just a sec. I'll get it. I just put it over. I think he's. I'll be right back.
This'll surely imbue me with the Texan spirit.
Why didn't you just say you had the receipt in your pocket? I'm almost certain, but tell me, who told you to come to this barber shop?
Let me tell you a little secret about my first wife, sonny boy. When I met that woman, she had no manners, no money, no nothing. Who in the hell? Farnham. My God, if it ain't the hero of the day.
It's not going to be easy to sound Texan, but I'll give it my best shot.
Damn it all, my controller died.
I probably don't need to imitate his gestures during the game, but it certainly wouldn't hurt to try.
I'll be damned.
With this and that bolo tie, I'll really look the part.
Yes, sir. Sure enough, I'm fixing to play poker. Boxing at the Grand, I'll be damned.
Knowing Farnham,
Nah,
the owner of
just
this
a few
brawl
bourbons,
only
that's
came here
all.
for business.
Anyway, Kenny, thanks for fixing the game with Cassidy. God bless you, brother. Craziest goddamn Texan in New York.
My good old friend Kenny, craziest goddamn Texan in New York.
You know how many Kennys there are in New York? Kenny who?
So besides when and where the game will be, the password, and the money Farnham dished out, what else do I need? Ding Dong? Interesting name for a town. Luckily, there was only one Kinney in Farnham's address book, Kinney Eakes, residing at...
Cornell Plaza, Manhattan. Stunning penthouse.
I'm not surprised. Mr. Eakes has excellent taste. Do you happen to know what he asked for the last time he was here?
No, I don't have a clue. But maybe I can find something. Fuck.
Don't tell me, Billy Bob. This here is my new friend Father. Am I right?
Sure enough, your barber was fixing to give me a shave.
You can get a good shave at another time. Billy Bob is always at our beck and call.
Of course.
Hey, come on. Let's get in there before they finish all the bourbon without us.
I haven't frisked him yet, sir.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Mr. Farnham here, he's an honest Texan. And I'm sure he'll hand over his weapon if we ask him to. Right?
Yep, not what I meant to do. Fuck.
Not even a Bible. They smell like a party.
Are you going to hand over the gun or not?
You know what? I'm starting to think that you're not trustworthy. And I hate wasting my time. Yeah, but the bad thing is, it'll be just three of us playing tonight. Billy Bob?
God, y'all are assholes. Very particular assholes.
Don't tell me, Billy Bob. This here is my new friend Father. Am I right?
Sure enough, your barber was fixing to give me a shave.
You can get a good shave at another time. Billy Bob is always at our beck and call.
Of course.
Hey, come on. Let's get in there before they finish all the bourbon without us.
I haven't frisked him yet, sir.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Mr. Farnham here, he's an honest Texan. And I'm sure he'll hand over his weapon if we ask him to. Right?
I would if I had a gun on me, but I don't.
Are you kidding me? An unarmed Texan?
I already told you, I'm not carrying a gun.
That doesn't sound like the man Kenny told me about. And you know what? I've had enough. Billy Bob?
God, so I have to find a gun. I have to find a gun in that fucking bastard's apartment.
Don't tell me, Billy Bob. This here is my new friend Father. Am I right?
Sure enough, your barber was fixing to give me a shave.
You can get a good shave at another time. Billy Bob is always at our beck and call.
Of course.
Hey, come on. Let's get in there before they finish all the bourbon without us.
I haven't frisked him yet, sir.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Mr. Farnham here, he's an honest Texan. And I'm sure he'll hand over his weapon if we ask him to. Right?
No matter how superficial someone may seem, there's always a way to win their heart.
It'll be my pleasure.
Welcome, gentlemen. Chips are on the table and guns are in the safe. Now, we got a lovely night of poker ahead of us full of smoking and bourbon. So let's get started. Take a seat, Mr. Farnham. Let me introduce you. To my right, wearing gray boxers and weighing in at 140 pounds, the owner of Pink Vice, the largest meat market in all of Manhattan.
In other words, a real son of a bitch. No offense to the women he exploits.
Our reigning champion, Oswald Quince.
A title I aim to keep, provided our new contender here doesn't interfere.
Well, I'll do what I can.
Now you got me worried. Never trust a humble player.
The truth is that our friend Farnham owns the largest and, I dare say, most entertaining establishment in Texas.
Really? So we're colleagues then?
Yeah, you wish, Quince. He owns a casino.
Damn.
And it's not even in Austin or Dallas. It's actually in a little town called, what was it? Darn it. I looked it up the other day. Had a funny ring to it. I hate it when this happens.
I thought they moved all Texan casinos to Vegas, where gambling is legal.
You mean Ding Dong, Texas?
Ding dong! That's it.
Who'd ever think of a name like that?
Well, casino or no casino, let's just hope he doesn't keep as many aces up his sleeve as the late Ventimiglia, huh?
Amen.
To my left, wearing brown boxers and weighing in at 396 pounds,
Frank, show some respect, huh?
the hospitality tycoon, Paulie.
Tycoon? I just own a small bar with pool tables. Clients drink close to nothing and play even less, but certain business transactions just couldn't happen anywhere else.
Damn it, Paulie. Why don't I know your last name?
Because they took it away from me. You have no idea how good my ex-wife's lawyer is.
Women, they even take our damn names.
You're too much, Paulie. Don't be a sourpuss, Farnham.
When you're done sightseeing, why don't you drop by La Iguana for a game of pool? And I'll buy you a drink. But I have to warn you, my clientele isn't crazy about furry fellas such as yourself.
Thanks. I love me some pool.
Perfect. It'll be my pleasure.
You looking to start your own pool business, Farnham? This guy here wants to start a boxing association in Texas. Guess who he's turning to for advice?
To be honest, several things got me worried, so I'd be much obliged for any counseling.
So, what worries you?
Homicidal boxers like Bobby Yale.
Ha! That's some piece of news, huh? Hey, I don't know if he did it, but the real problem is that the fight against my champ Stone might not even frickin' happen. The good news is that I've almost convinced the governor to let him out of prison on the day of the fight. Under police escort, that is. I bet you the audience gets a kick out of that. Billy Bob, bring out the bourbon. We're drying up here. I'll deal with a fresh deck, of course. We respect traditions in this establishment.
Poker is as boring as it is simple. All you need to do is read people's faces. And even the worst detective has that trick up his sleeve. The real issue is knowing what to play for when there's much more than just money at stake.
Damn it! What again?
How many games have you won, Farnham?
It looks like we got a serious contender. Hey, Quint, you better start unbuckling that championship belt.
This ain't over yet. Mark my words. Farnham will be calling his wife before the night is over.
Ha!
Oh, hey, by the way, did you guys hear about Kenny's wife? Pretty tragic, huh?
What happened?
Oh, plain bad luck. Hey, but Farnham, I'm sure you know more about it than I do.
Oh, God.
Anyway, Kenny, thanks for fixing the game with Cassidy. God bless you, brother. Craziest goddamn Texan in New York. And the poor fella's already got enough on his hands now that his wife.
How do you know that funny Texan?
He's an old pal. Moved to the East Coast years ago. He's also a friend with your boss, Frank Cassidy. It's Kenny who suggested I talk to Cassidy about getting into the boxing business. Oh, right. Where were we? Same difference. Another drink? Oh, seriously, where were we? All right. We was fixing to have another drink.
Damn! I don't like waiting. Kenny won't like it, but I'm not gonna sit here wondering. Billy Bob, pass me the phone. Come on.
Sometimes you get the feeling that it's all gone wrong, that you've made a terrible mistake. Sorry, did I say sometimes? Huh. No, that only happens once in a lifetime.
Mark my words. Farnham will be calling his wife before the night is over.
Ha!
Oh, hey.
Holy
By the way,
crap.
did
Shotgun
you
to
guys
the
hear about
chest.
Kenny's wife? Pretty tragic, huh?
What happened?
Oh, plain bad luck. Hey, but Farnham, I'm sure you know more about it than I do.
Anyway, Kenny, Thanks for fixing the game with Cassidy. God bless you, brother. Craziest goddamn Texan in New York. And the poor fella's already got enough on his hands now that his wife. Women just gotta have their vices. But she's in a rehab clinic now, hooked on tranquilizers and all that.
That's it, tranquilizers. Don't tell me women don't have their vices, too. Bring out the bourbon, Billy Bob. Come on. Give me the bourbon.
Maybe I spoke too soon when I said that poker is easy for a good detective. Let's just say it's relatively simple. There's always someone ready to surprise you, relatively speaking.
Well, I'll be damned. I don't believe this.
What happened, Farnham?
Beginner's luck doesn't last forever, and that's when the real champ comes in. I hope you're ready to lose it all, my friend.
Poor Farnham. Came looking to make big bucks in the city with his boxing, and he's gonna lose it all with poker.
I hope your counseling will make up for it.
Yeah, so how can I be of help?
Rebel coaches like Joe Dunn.
Oh, I see you done your homework. That bastard wouldn't accept the most basic rules. For example, banning boxers from official competitions when the managers don't belong to my association. Hey, don't get me wrong, I'm sorry for his death. But if they ever find the murderer, I'd be glad to pay his lawyer fees.
Those there athletes hooking up with each other, like Al Stone and Helen Moore.
I see you subscribe to What's News. Yeah, my star boxer, the reigning champion. He's having an affair with America's sweetheart. Hey, I got nothing against those two idiots falling in love. Don't get me wrong, but it's taking a toll on his performance. I don't think he'll lose against Yale, but I'm starting to worry a bit. Come on, let's steal another hand before Quince accuses us of trying to break his winning streak.
Ain't gonna happen. Gentlemen, I suggest you never tell your sons about this game, unless you want to lose their respect.
Wait, you mean our sons actually respect us?
I hear you. There's no way to set boys straight these days. They don't even respond to a good old beating.
I dare say Texan boys do respond to a good beating.
Hey, careful, Quince. You're talking to a pro. So, Kenny told me you had quite a house full.
How many kids you got in that house full of yours?
No, that son of a bitch was about to choke on his own vomit. If I'd been a communist, perhaps the vision of a millionaire choking on his own vomit would have made my day. Even so, I doubt I could have just stood there and watched him die. Unfortunately, I didn't break a sweat trying to save him.
How many kids you got in that house full of yours?
No, that son of a bitch was about to choke on his own vomit. If I'd been a communist, perhaps the vision of a millionaire choking on his own vomit would have made my day. Even so, I doubt I could have just stood there and watched him die. No, deserving or not, the man would live.
Thanks, well, that's something. I don't know how you deal with all of them.
All boys?
Does it have to be now?
Oh, never let Quince near one of your daughters.
Come on, Folly. Children are sacred. I won't lay
Cassidy.
a finger on them until they're 12. After that, well, let's just say some men have needs that can only be met by a young girl that age, if you know what I mean. Are you all right, Farnham?
There goes your winning streak, you sick bastard.
Sooner or later, the police are gonna bust your ass. Quince.
What the hell are you talking about?
I bet you're as bad at hiding those poor girls as you are at keeping that ace up your sleeve.
What? You lying piece of shit.
Quince?
Don't believe a word he's saying, Frank.
Don't you dare call me Frank. Billy Bob.
It's 500 more. Huh. For washing up.
It's a deal. And good call, Farnham. I owe you one. Please, take that flying scumbag's tokens. And mine too, if you want them. I'm feeling generous. Hey, turns out the governor accepted my suggestion to let Bobby yell out of prison on the day of the fight. Hey, this is turning out to be the perfect night. If you decide to go ahead with your new venture, call me, Farnham.
Your behavior at last night's game was utterly insulting. Never contact me again or I'll put an end to your pathetic life. If our common acquaintance should ask you about your business endeavors, tell him that boxing is too violent for you. Signed, Frank Cassidy. My own tracks would be covered the following morning when Cassidy read this note from Farnham.
Dear Mr. Cassidy, although I'm grateful for your kind help, last night's game made me realize that boxing is just too violent for a peaceful Texan like myself. I have decided to invest elsewhere. Yours sincerely, Howard M. Farnham II. Damn Texans.
We live to see another day! Ha 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 ha!
As for me, it was the first time in days that I had gone to bed without my daily beat. A real shame. Nothing like a bruised body to help you to sleep like a baby. Maybe I should have given myself a beating. Blacksad.
Finally, I need you at the gym now, please.
Oh God, what happened now?
It was like this when I got here.
When did you get here?
I've been calling you for over an hour.
Calm down. I'll take care of this. Had you already finished looking through these papers?
I wish.
Well, I guess you'll enjoy sorting all this again.
What are you doing?
Do you like sardines?
Excuse me?
Do you like sardines?
Ugh.
Not that I suspected otherwise, but it's obvious they weren't looking for money. Looks like the burglar isn't interested in bureaucracy.
Did they take anything?
No, although... When you went in the hospital room to get your purse, did you get the gun as well?
Yes. Isn't it there? I put it back. I'd rather not go through that again.
That's too bad. It looks like they took it. It's pretty clear that Helen Moore's cigarette case was a gift from O'Leary. It looks like O'Leary has rigged the fight between Stone and Yale. If she's still in love, why does she claim she hates him? What is she hiding? No, the footprints don't match. Or if O'Leary killed Dunn, he did it without stepping in the paint, or in different shoes.
I don't have anything to match up right now.
Bingo.
What is it?
Nothing. Just a freshly signed contract. Is this yours?
I think it belongs to the new cleaning lady. Mary just wasn't working out, so she left.
Clarice Freeman?
Yes. You think she did this?
Wait here, please. Could be a knife wound. The murder was brutal. I can just picture her saying, "Honey, I found a job. We're finally gonna make ends meet." Ah, damn. I want you to call the police, son, and then go straight to a friend's house. Don't even think about going home, and definitely don't come back here.
I'm staying at a friend's house. I haven't even set foot in my father's place yet.
Good. Do you have the keys? If the murderer didn't find what he was looking for, that might be his next stop, if he hasn't been there yet.
Sweet Mary and Jazz hands, Jesus Christ. That was brutal.
For once I had the keys to the place, which meant I wouldn't have to use my lockpicks or... Wow. Could Dunn really afford such luxuries? Or did he only want to impress Mary? Is this how he got in? Elaine. I think that was Dunn's wife's name, according to Jake.
Damn, some of these are hard to find.
You still looked at her every morning, so many years later, with a new love? Maybe we don't need to forget. Maybe pain just transforms into, I don't know, something. This is too private. Another empty closet. Could this be the origin of Sonia's interest in business management? What's this doing here? One of the very few teen idols who only got better with age. Ready-made meals on airplane trays in front of the TV. Who would have thought we'd end up eating like this? Dunn died 4 days ago, and that lettuce still looks okay. Sardines. It's been open for a few hours. Of course. Now I see how Dunn bought the apartment he was going to share with Mary. This place has to be empty in 2 weeks for the new owners. I wonder if Sonia knows about this. I seem to recall Dunn being mad about the pictures, but who knows? It's hard to believe that a pair of boxing fists could play something like this, although I'm sure he had the lungs for it. As I glanced at the telephone, I remembered the weekly password for O'Leary's illegal gambling operation. Even though I had rejected his reward for telling him about Colbert and his wife, I had managed to make my own dirty money by ratting out the Eagle Pimp during our poker game. How much damage could a small bet do?
Yes.
Wild strawberries.
Welcome, sir. May I ask for the beneficiary of your bet?
John H. Blackmore.
I see. Event?
Stone versus Yale, Madison Square Garden.
Got it. Amount?
$5,000.
Winner?
Yale wins.
Place of delivery?
I'd seen several locations written out in O'Leary's basement, but I could only remember one, courtesy of my new matchbox. La Iguana Pool Room.
All right, sir. Good afternoon.
It looks like Dunn had already begun to move his things. Dunn? Thorpe? No idea. And these two, they look familiar. No matter how hard I look, I'm not getting anywhere. What the hell was the burglar looking for? And most importantly, did he find it? It's pretty clear that the burglar came by the house before heading to the gym, which means he probably didn't find what he was looking for in here. I need to talk with Sonia, and maybe with her uncle Tim.
Hot damn. It's starting to get pretty goddamn heavy.
I don't know.
Good memories?
An optimist, are we? It's like remembering the last day of summer. Scenes full of joy, picturesque landscapes, and yet the light is faint and the air is still, the calm before the storm.
I know that feeling.
I figured that much. I can see it in your eyes. We met in the Army. We were all professional athletes. They called us the Olympic Five.
Who's the guy on the right?
Angus Mitchell, our combat medic, and a doctor with the New York Warriors. It was Spanow who got him assigned to our platoon.
Hey, isn't that Craig Spano? The guy on the Morley's billboards?
Yes, indeed. Our captain. He was the oldest, after all, and star of the New York Warriors. He was an orphan, you know. But he loved the sport so much that he said baseball was his family. He was the one who had Mitchell assigned to our platoon.
Who's the guy on the left?
Ah, Viktor Sukovsky, the athlete. You've probably heard of his medals.
Was Dunn already boxing?
Yes, he was. I had already seen him fight before I even met him. He was as humble in the ring as he was in life. He'd always let his rivals take the initiative. I remember how he barely dodged the blows. If you didn't look at his feet, it seemed like he wasn't even moving. And the footwork, pure dancing. You could almost hear the music. The song would play until his opponent was exhausted. Then came the drum roll, followed by Dunn's victory by KO.
What about you?
I had just signed with the Milestones. I hadn't even played my first game, but people said I had a bright future ahead of me.
But the war got in the way of that bright future.
Huh? No, I made it big when I came back. Best time of my life. Don't you remember that cop at the hospital? The one who let me in exchange for an autograph? Trust me, nobody calls you Iron Arm if you're just sitting on the bench. Who would have thought that I'd end up becoming Tim Iron Legs Thorpe?
What happened?
I fought the Nazis for 2 years, up there in the sky, over Europe. And I never set foot in a field hospital. 3 years later, I crossed the street without looking. And look at me now.
What happened to all of them?
Zukovsky died the same day they injured Dunn. Dunn received an honorable discharge and came home. He quit boxing and opened his gym. Mitchell was redeployed to a field hospital. Spano and I continued in the same unit, but nothing was ever the same. You see what I meant with the last day of summer. And after the war, well, who the hell cares?
I do. What happened to Spano?
Well, you've seen the billboards. He made it big time. When I was forced to retire, I got him some advertising deals. That's how I founded this agency. But then, something happened to him. He became sullen. He fell out of shape, and slowly but surely lost touch with reality. He withdrew from public life and broke off our friendship. Haven't heard from him in, 3 years? And believe me, I've tried to contact him.
What happened to Mitchell after the war?
Mitchell? Who knows? We lost touch. I hope he's doing well.
I think I saw Mitchell not too long ago, but I can't remember where.
Seriously? Please try to remember. I'd love to hear from him again.
I'll do my best. You think Spano might have been involved in Dunn's death?
Spano? No way. He and Dunn were always... Well, Spano's changed so much that it's hard to say. Allow me to double your wage. You have to find the murderer. Maybe Dunn stayed in touch with Mitchell or Spano. Maybe even with both. But he never told me anything. Maybe Sonia knows.
I doubt it. But that's not the only question I've got for her. May I?
Well, it's going well thus far, I think. We've made a lot of progress in a short period of time.
Yes?
Sonia?
No, she's not here. Who's calling?
Where is she? You know, it's dangerous.
Have you ever wished you'd never been born?
What? Yeah, sometimes.
Then we're both in the same boat. First time was right after moving to New York. I hated my mother. She was the reason we moved from the countryside and the smell of freshly mowed grass to this dirty city and the smell of medicine. Her medicine. The second time was after she died. I hated myself for having hated her before, for not having loved her enough. The third time was when my father shut himself off. I hated him for that, for abandoning me, for giving in to the booze. Now he's dead, so take a guess.
You've realized just how much you really loved him.
I guess so. But that's not the worst of it. The problem is I don't know how to live without hating him. Over the last few years, everything I've done was meant to push my father far away. To avoid being like him. To avoid making his same mistakes. Without him, I just don't know who I am. And you won't even let me hate Bobby, which might actually help me.
The more you hate, the worse you feel.
You think I don't know that? I need someone to blame. Without that someone, I have only myself to hate.
Hate me. A good detective would have found the killer by now.
That's nonsense. You've already come so far. I'm sorry I haven't been a little more grateful.
In any case, you shouldn't hate yourself. You are No, you have such good qualities. You're kind, smart, and beautiful.
Are you really trying to flatter me now?
No, seriously, I didn't mean to... Sorry.
Anyway, can we just drop the subject? Did you go to my father's apartment?
Yes, the thief went there before coming to the gym, which leads me to believe he didn't find what he was looking for.
And what was he looking for?
That's what I intend to find out, with your help. I found a picture taken during the war.
The Olympic Five.
Did you meet any of them, besides your father and uncle?
Well, Uncle Tim actually isn't my uncle.
No?
He and my father loved each other like brothers. Did he tell you that he saved his life?
Thorpe saved your father?
They were flying over Brittany in a 3-unit fighter plane. Zukovsky was the pilot, my father was the co-pilot, and my uncle manned the machine gun. Suddenly, enemy fire killed Zukovsky and injured my father, which is why he never boxed again. My uncle jumped out of the gun turret, ran to the cockpit, and managed to pilot the plane to safety. Oh, the times my father told me that story. And now...
Did you ever meet Spano? What can you tell me about him?
I think I saw him once, but I was just a little girl. I think my uncle turned him into a star. That was a long time ago.
I found a baseball glove with Spano's autograph in your room.
Oh, I've never seen it. My father must have put it there, although I don't remember him having a signed glove.
Did you ever meet Mitchell, the doctor?
Mitchell? The lizard? No, never. Why?
Oh, nothing. I think I've seen him somewhere. Your dad had great taste in music.
You think? Let me guess. The same taste you have, right?
Exactly.
You don't know how happy that makes me.
Your father sold his apartment. The new owners move in 2 weeks.
What?
I'm sorry. I think he used the money to buy a new place with Mary Purnell. You'll have to talk to her sooner or later.
My father. Even now, he finds new ways to make me hate him.
I saw your old room.
That's embarrassing. I see you were dead serious about me hating you.
Did the abacus inspire you to dabble in finances?
The most useful gift anybody has ever given me.
A gift from your father?
From my Uncle Tim. He used to say that in this day and age, a woman should know how to count. My father didn't agree, but he didn't oppose it either. People thought he was a liberal because of his attitude towards racial issues. But at home, things were different.
It's odd that there are practically no toys or memories of your childhood in the room, except for a small music box.
That box? It might just be my last happy memory. It's from before my mother got sick and we moved here. I loved reading stories about pirates. So my father drew a treasure map for me. I searched the whole house, one clue at a time. It led me to this enormous tree in the yard where Daddy had put up a tire swing. X marks the spot, so I dug to find my treasure. I loved the music it played, the ballerina and the little secret compartment. Oh, the secrets I kept in there.
I think it's the first time I heard you call your father Daddy.
Really?
I'm also a fan of Frank Papalia.
Oh, yeah, the poster. I only liked him because my father thought he was too modern. But I'm glad we agree. I thought you shared my father's taste in music.
Are you cold?
A little. Maybe I should go. Anyway. Thanks for the company.
Sonia, thank you.
Aren't you coming?
I knew I was looking at a solution, but what exactly needed solving? Maybe Dunn used the same hiding place once more. I'll never understand why detectives and criminals bluster while they fight each other in the pictures. What a waste of breath, focus, and energy. Personally, I prefer to save my breath for the final roar.
This has to be the fucker who made
I'll never
the
understand why
fucking
detectives and criminals bluster while they fight each other in the pictures. What a waste of breath, focus, and energy. It's not the lack of credibility in the screenplay that bothers me. Plus, it's actually pretty handy. When a crook talks to you in the middle of a fight, you know you're up against a rookie.
What did they say?
Nothing serious. I lost another one of my 9 lives. Oh, this hurts.
Got many left?
I'm in the red. You hasn't woken up yet?
Nope. We're gonna be here a while. Vulpine, 7 letters.
Cunning?
C-U-N-N-I-N-G. It fits. I hope it doesn't throw anything off. Yep, looks like you were right with cunning. What are you looking for?
Nothing. Will he live?
He'll live.
So what have you found out?
Randall Lee. Apparently in love with our penitentiary system, judging by the frequency of his visits. Theft, assault, extortion, minor things of the sort.
Any partners?
Always works alone. He's never ratted out his employers, provided they exist. Did you find anything? Is this our man? Do you have proof?
Looks like we know who tore his pants following Clarice Freeman up to the rooftop. His pants have a tear in them. I found a piece of that same fabric at the gym, on the stairs that lead to the rooftop where we found the second body.
Makes sense, but how many pairs of ripped pants are walking around New York City? I don't call that evidence.
The guy who broke into the gym in Dunn's place has a thing for sardines. Did you smell his breath?
Right, because there's only one sardine fanatic on this side of the Hudson. I need something more.
Okay, come on.
I saw footprints from those very same shoes next to both the gym murders.
Unless you're telling me that shoe is a limited edition, I'm gonna need something else.
One of the thugs that attacked me the other night had a snout just like his.
I'm sorry, but you can't incriminate someone based solely on species. What else you got?
What more do you need? I've given you 4 pieces of evidence.
None of which are conclusive.
He tried to throw me off the rooftop.
Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. He's our man.
No, he's not our man.
Make up your mind.
He's just a puppet. Someone is pulling his strings.
Could it be Yale?
No, I'm still certain. He's innocent. By the way, was he discharged? His room is empty.
They let him out yesterday. He's in police custody now. You can tell he's an athlete. Made quite the comeback. Anyone else would have taken 10 times as long. Anyway, he better be fine. You know they've ordered me to escort him to Madison Square Garden on the day of the fight.
Yeah, I heard something of the sort.
What have you heard?
Frank Cassidy. He's friends with the governor.
You don't say. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Quick, what do you want? Good cop or bad cop?
I'm the bad guy.
Good thing someone took out the trash.
Good morning, Mr. Lee. I assume you're aware that you're about to be accused of murder, and that thanks to the witness testimonies of Mr. Blacksad and Miss Dunn, your future's not looking too good.
Go to hell, you dog.
Maybe we can offer you a deal.
Yes. That's what I was about to say. We know someone hired you to kill Joe Dunn and Clarice Freeman. What do you have to say?
I'll call your bluff. You ain't got nothing.
Your friend the Hellhorse doesn't seem to feel that way. Although I'm afraid he won't be talking anymore.
Shut up, or I'll kick you out. If you tell us who hired you, we'll help you.
What can you offer me?
We could significantly reduce your sentence. I could testify that you helped me on the rooftop.
You're pathetic. Is that why you never got in the police force, Blacksad? Did you fail the good cop, bad cop test? I won't say a word. And believe me, you stand to lose. Care for a piece of advice? If I were you, I'd fear for my life. I'm afraid that...
Whoa!
Watch out! Luckily, Smirnov's wound wasn't as bad as Randall's. Unfortunately, the police found nothing on the nearby rooftops. Our best shot at finding the killer was gone, so I went back to my previous lead.
God damn!
It's from before my mother got sick and we moved here. I loved reading stories about pirates, so my father drew a treasure map for me. I searched the whole house, one clue at a time. It led me to this enormous tree in the yard where Daddy had put up a tire swing. It's from before my mother got sick and we moved here. I loved reading stories about pirates, so my father drew a treasure map for me. I searched the whole house, one clue at a time. It led me to this enormous tree in the yard where Daddy had put up a tire swing.
Hello, Smirnoff residence.
You're dead! No, I got you with my lasso!
Can you quiet down, kids?
Dunn got killed for stirring the hornet's nest.
And you confessed your crime!
Kids, please.
He'd been investigating athletes for months, including Helen Moore and Al Stone, among others. Dunn's notes aren't all that clear, and I'm not sure what he was after. But I'd say we're facing a widespread corruption case.
Well, if you're right, that could be some dangerous evidence. Bring it here ASAP.
Sure, but there's something important that I need to finish first. I wanted to follow a certain lead on my own before Smirnov had the chance to see anything. According to his notebook, Dunn had seen Craig Spano at Sam's Diner just 4 days before his death.
Scram, you son of a bitch!
I have some questions for you.
Oh, well, maybe I don't have answers for a pussy.
It might have been easier to slap the information out of him, but I decided to trust in a universal truth. Everyone is guilty of something. You don't know who I am, right?
Don't know and don't care. Come on, spit it out.
I'm John H. Blackmore, Public Health Inspector.
Oh, yeah, right. There are some real freaks around here, so I have to be firm, you know? Have you eaten? Dinner's on the house.
After you answer my questions.
Sure, go ahead. Your call. Always at your disposal, Inspector. Ask away.
Fear turned him soft and made him talk. Sure enough, Dunn had been there a few days back with a chimpanzee who matched Spano's description. Apparently, the guy still lived with his father. Dunn said he couldn't stay there a day more. For the time being, he would move into his place.
Wait a minute. What does Public Health Services have to do with that chimp?
We worked together at the Consumer Protection Office. He came in pretending to be a client, and you insulted him.
Me? Whoa, I barely even talked to him.
Which is even worse. Dunn had taken Spano to his place. I wanted to believe that when Randall Lee broke into the apartment, Spano fled to his former address. But where could that be? If the living have rich and poor neighborhoods, so do the dead. In the mid-19th century, Greenwood became the resting place to the city's most distinguished citizens. Thinkers, scientists, writers, inventors, artists, businessmen, politicians, police officers, thieves, pimps, and murderers. Here lie the bodies of the soulless minds that raised New York from the ground up. Now you know where to go to become somebody in the Big Apple. A Celtic cross. Supposedly, the ring keeps the devil at bay by reflecting the sunlight. Really handy at this time of the day. The four bases guarding their father. Still hot. According to the book I found at Dunn's place, fans of the sport leave baseballs on Bradwick's tomb to pay their respects. It's strange that I don't see any. Maybe they're gone with the wind, or somebody claimed them as part of their inheritance. If this had been here over 30 minutes, it'd be covered in ants. It'd be even better with a skull between the bats. I've never trusted angels. When they fall, all hell breaks loose. I found a baseball glove at Joe Dunn's place. A glove signed by a great star. I couldn't believe my luck. I'm investigating a case of sports corruption. I think a considerable amount of athletes are involved, both current celebrities and former stars. Joe Dunn met with someone at the diner, close to his gym. Then he took that person to his house, so that he didn't have to live at the cemetery. I would have never guessed the person's identity.
Marleys are the absolute worst.
Who are you?
I'm John Blacksad, private investigator.
How's Joe?
One question at a time. It's my turn.
Your turn.
Why did you meet with Joe Dunn?
Because he was looking for me. He came here one morning, but I was too embarrassed to come down. Because he left a baseball with his initials on by the tombstone. Sam's Diner, tomorrow, 12:30 a.m. Because he knew they want to kill me.
What did he want from you? And who wants to kill you?
One question at a time. How's Joe?
What would happen if I told him the truth? Would he lose it? Could I take that chance? Joe Dunn is dead. Murdered.
I told you, Joe. How did it happen?
One question at a time. My turn. What did Dunn want from you?
He wanted to know who was playing dirty in the sporting business. Dirtier than usual, that is. Wrecked lives, careers, ruined at the top of their game. He wanted to know if the same had happened to me. He wanted to know if the end of my career and my disappearance had anything to do with all that. He wanted me to confirm who was behind it all. The guy who had him killed. Our old friend, the surgeon.
Is Mitchell the surgeon? Is he the person behind all of this? That surgeon you mentioned, is he...
My turn. I want to know why I should trust you.
Because I take my job very seriously. It's my turn. That surgeon that you mentioned, is he in this photo I got here? Ow! Hey! Hey, that toss was... Huh? Both my ear and my self-esteem would hurt for days. But at least I had a new lead to follow, the surgeon. The bastard had avoided my scrutiny by passing as a hospital doctor. But now, all of my senses were on guard. No matter how good the disguise or how well he hid, I would find him.
So, what you're saying is, one, there's a corruption scandal involving all kinds of athletes. Two, our puppet master is a surgeon named Mitchell, a man who happened to fight in the war with Dunn, right?
Every lead I've found points to him.
Anyway, where was I? Number 3, right? 3. Since Dunn was on his trail, Mitchell hired an anteater to get rid of him. Then, since you were also shaking the wasp's nest, he went after you. But the anteater made a mistake, and Mitchell killed him to cover his own tracks. And, wait, 4. The key to all this lies with a common friend of Dunn's and Mitchell's, Craig Spenow. Do you really trust him? You're not sure, are you? Well, pay attention. I've got my own theory. 4. No, I mean 5. Dunn was murdered 4 days after taking Speno to his house. If that doesn't make him suspect, makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it could make sense.
Ha! Who's the detective now? Let's follow up with the suspects. You told Smirnoff you're convinced that Yale is innocent. But what about O'Leary? 6.
Alright. Sorry everybody, I had to take a phone call. I've been kind of back and forth a little bit.
O'Leary wouldn't have sent Randall to kill Dunn. He would have dragged him to his basement, given him his little speech, and then killed him himself. Nah, I know O'Leary, and he wouldn't have sent a hitman. He would have taken matters into his own hands.
What about Cassidy? 7, right?
I think it's safe to rule out Cassidy as Dunn's murderer. He seems too impulsive to have planned such a twisted crime. Whoever planned the whole thing knew the suicide theory would fall through, so he manipulated the clues to incriminate Yale. Cassidy is too impulsive to pull off such an intricate plan.
So, you're right. Mitchell is the one pulling the strings. And you know why? Because in novels, the murderer is always someone the detective knows from the beginning.
Well, that could be the case in British novels. You know, where everyone in the mansion where the murder took place is a suspect. But this might just be an American whodunit, where the detective doesn't even meet the culprit until the last scene.
You mean we still don't know who's pulling the strings?
I didn't say that. How did it go with Helen Moore?
I didn't get anything, even though it started out really well. I asked to interview her along with her boyfriend, Al Stone. Since I'm a big shot, they were happy to oblige. Perfect. Now, time for the interview. I'll go back and forth so you don't get bored. So, who goes first? Here's a question for Al. In just 12 days, the contender will try to steal your belt. Any thoughts on your fight against Yale?
Yeah, sure.
My Al is going to kick that thug's behind. Isn't that so, honey?
Yeah, well, we'll see. No such thing as a weak rival.
Nonsense. You are and will be world champion. Next question.
Okay, now. Here's one for Helen. Dating a boxer can be dangerous. Aren't you afraid that those blows to the head will take a toll on his intellectual capacity?
Honey, take a look at my man and then look at yourself. You really think I'm with him because of his intellectual capacity?
Helen!
Write this down. Nothing will change my man. His smarts, manliness, and integrity are all boxing proof.
Moving on. So, Al. Your manager is Frank Cassidy, president of the Boxing Managers Association of New York. According to him, only boxers working with member managers should be allowed to compete. What do you think about that?
We never talk politics, honey. Athletes should steer clear of controversy and stay focused on their sport. Don't you think?
Yeah, that's right.
Now what? Okay, Helen. What can you say about the rumors that claim you were in a relationship with Desmond O'Leary?
Oh, honey. It would be such a shame to mention that shady character in your article, wouldn't it?
Well, why?
I'm sure your newspaper would hate to fire someone as talented as you.
Oh. Okay. Okay, one more question, and...
Al, honey, can you answer it? I've got to go say hi to a fan. I'll be right back, Mr. Pulitzer.
Wait. You mean she stopped smiling when that fan showed up?
Yeah.
Could you describe him for me?
I'll be able to show you something as soon as I'm done developing these pictures. And actually, I thought it was odd, too. So while I continued to interview Stone, I managed to take some pictures of Moore and whoever her mysterious fan was. All right, so where were we? Are you ever jealous about sharing your sweetheart with America?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm jealous, but I know that someone so popular and honest can draw the wrong kind of attention. There are plenty of people who would love to put an end to her career, so it's not easy.
In just 12 days, the contender will try to steal your belt. Any thoughts on your fight against Yale?
Well, supposedly the odds are in my favor, but there's no such thing as a weak rival. And, you know, Bobby Yale might be young and going through a rough patch, but he's had an amazing streak, so I'll do my best.
Your manager is Frank Cassidy, president of the Boxing Managers Association of New York. According to him, only boxers working with member managers should be allowed to compete. What do you think about that?
Cassidy is a great manager, really. No complaints there. And the work he's putting in as president of the association is really valuable. But, I don't know, maybe in this case, Joe Dunn was right. Wait, no. Could you keep that last comment off the record? You know, on the down low.
My lips are sealed. Let's get that picture taken. I can't think of anything, to be honest. Okay, now raise your head and your arms up like you were celebrating a victory.
Like this?
Exactly. Wait, I accidentally moved. Stand still. I'll take another one. All right, so where were we? Let's get that picture taken. Let's see what you think about this. Close your eyes and rest your chin on your fist. The boxing thinker.
Like these?
Exactly. Wait, I accidentally moved. Stand still. I'll take another one. What's with me today? Don't move, please. Now we got it. Should we keep at it? Are you ever jealous about sharing your sweetheart with America?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm jealous, but I know that someone so popular and honest can draw the wrong kind of attention. There are plenty of people who would love to put an end to her career, so it's not easy.
In just 12 days, the contender will try to steal your belt. Any thoughts on your fight against Yale?
Well, supposedly the odds are in my favor, but there's no such thing as a weak rival. And, you know, Bobby Yale might be young and going through a rough patch, but he's had an amazing streak, so I'll do my best.
I'm going to take one more, all right? Okay, now raise your head and your arms up like you were celebrating a victory.
Like this?
Exactly. What's up with me? Stand still. I'll take it again. I can't seem to get it right. Don't move. It's about time. Finally, we're all set.
Wait. So, are you telling me the photos are developed? Or is that what you said to Stone?
Both. Just look.
Who's that guy?
I know he's not a fan. You should have seen her face when she saw him. You know, I thought he'd be cocky, but he didn't seem too convinced about beating Yale.
It makes sense. O'Leary's rigged the fight. Stone has to lose. Look at his hand. Is he pulling something out of Moore's purse? Or putting it in? That's a decent picture, but it doesn't tell the truth.
Huh? Of course it's the truth. I was there.
Stone isn't as strong as he looks, and Moore certainly doesn't need him to lift her up. The boxing thinker, the boxing poet. Boxing just might turn out to be the intellectual sport of choice. I think she only smokes when she's nervous. What was making her nervous? I've seen that matchbox before. Wait, that's him.
Who?
Mitchell, the surgeon.
Seriously? We got him.
Not yet.
Right. We still have to find him. Hey, pal. Did you hear what I just said? We need to keep looking at all those pictures. We need a clue that'll take us to Mitchell. Hey, see? There. Just like I was saying.
A new deduction has been available. Lug one.
Brawls aren't even the worst part of my job. Sure, you may take a beating, but at least you get the chance to defend yourself. But when you're sitting in your car all night, there's no way out. Your legs cramp up, your back and neck feel stiff.
Alright everybody, I have a few things I need to go do, so this will be the end of this stream for now. And I will be back to you all later. I may be back whenever I come back with Rust, or I may be back with some more Blacksad Under the Skin. Either way. Or maybe some Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. But either way, that rolls. I will be back with you all later. Until then, peace out and stay safe, my brothers and my sisters. Goodbye for now.